Well, that's just about the way that the stagecoach looked. Except that, miraculously, no one had been seriously hurt. The driver and the shotgun guard had been knocked off the box by the concussion and were only scratched and bruised from rolling around. And the only passenger, a woman of uncertain years, well, aside from her hat being awry, she was as good as new. And in her case, that's saying a lot. But more to the point, we put her aboard Cherokee's horse, riding double, and started out for town, telling the driver we'd send a crew from the coach company office to bring them back along with the baggage and mail. It was on the ride, or jog, back to town that we managed to get acquainted with the lady in question.
I hope I'm not holding you too tight, Mr.
The name is O'Bannon, and you are holding on too tight, madam.
Oh, I'm not madam. I'm Miss Myrtle Summers.
It's a pleasure. So what, Miss Summers? Now may I make you acquainted with my friend, Mr. Remington?
Howdy, ma'am. Miss.
Remington, do you happen to have any kinfolk by the name of Remington who live in New Bedford, Mass?
No, I haven't, Miss Summers. That is, I don't believe that I have any relatives in Massachusetts. I was born here, and my father came from Chattanooga.
You were born here? Oh, isn't that romantic, being born a cowboy?
Mr. Remington is not a cowboy. He happens to own a ranch.
Which, may I add, was left to me by my father. But my principal vocation is the practice of law.
You're a lawyer? Oh, this is a kismet. Fate. I always say there's a purpose behind everything. And that was the purpose behind the explosion.
I'm afraid you're several jumps ahead of me, Miss Summers.
Well, this is too much of a coincidence just to be, just a coincidence. This has got to be fate because, you see, Mr. Remington, I'm coming to Dos Rios for only one purpose, to engage a lawyer.
Kismet or not, there was no getting rid of Miss Myrtle Summers. So on arriving in town, we went immediately to my little office located on the second floor of Cherokee's livery stable.
And that's about all there is to it, Mr. Remington. And you, too, Mr. O'Bannon. I certainly don't mean to leave you out.
Oh, that's quite all right. One way or the other.
Now, let's see if I have the facts straight. You received a telegram from the probate court notifying that you had inherited Old Fred's Trails End Ranch.
Yes. You see, my mother was a bachelor. That sounds funny, doesn't it?
Understandable, notwithstanding.
I guess what I should have said is my mother's father, George Batchelor, was the first cousin of Fred Batchelor, who died out here and left me all of his worldly goods.
And to the best of your knowledge, you're the only heir Fred had.
That's what I understand. Although Father always said there was a third bachelor who'd gone to South Africa, but he was a black sheep, and we just didn't figure that he was a bachelor like the rest of us.
Tad, if you don't mind, I think I'd better go back downstairs. So goodbye, madam, miss.
Since you have so much trouble remembering just what to call me, Mr. O'Bannon, why don't you just call me Myrtle?
Well,
Cherokee, I think you'd better sit down. Miss Summers seems to be causing you to lose your composure.
My taste for female women of the opposite sex, too.
What did you say, Cherokee?
I said make haste because there's a woman downstairs. I have to give some checks.
Cherokee, the best thing for you to do is...
Oh, Mr. Remington, what was that?
A small-sized boulder with a note attached to it.
Well, the rain was good. Landed right on your desk. What does it say, Chad?
Well, it says... never mind what it says. But I'm telling you this much, Miss Summers. I'm taking your case, and just as long as you stay in Dos Rios, I'm making mighty sure that you have a bodyguard.
We'll return to the second act of End of the Trail, our exciting frontier town adventure, in just a few moments.
And now, Frontier Town.
I suppose you want to know what was in that note that landed on my desk by way of a broken pane of window glass. Well, it was short and very much to the point. In words, none of which was over 2 syllables, it warned me that if I didn't advise Myrtle Summers to sell the ranch she'd inherited from Fred Batchelor and go on back east where she belonged, this would be the last case I ever handled. That is, until I pleaded my own case in front of the pearly gates. Well, once the stagecoach company had gotten the luggage back to town, we installed the angular and husband-hungry Myrtle in a hotel room, completely unaware that in the private office behind the bottoms-up cafe and entertainment hall, Cherokee, Myrtle, and I were the basis for a whole discussion.
I don't know, Eddie. From the little I've seen of this Chad Remington, he don't scare easy, if at all.
Yeah, look, Monk, we gunned down one man, arranged for a blast we thought would wreck the stagecoach and this Summers woman. And believe me, I ain't stopping there, just because Chad Remington stuck his long nose into this.
Okay. But if Remington advises her not to sell the ranch, what are we going to do? Yeah. And besides, if either one of us are found making her a fancy offer for that Trails End ranch, someone's liable to figure out just what the accident was that happened to Fred Batchelor.
Look, you keep on asking questions, I ain't going to be able to think. I'll figure out something, don't you worry. Right now, all I can tell you is nobody, not even the great Chad Remington, is going to stop us from getting that ranch and controlling the water. If it means 10 more killings.
Chad, I don't care what you say. I don't care if Myrtle Summers gives her ranch away. I'm not going to play bodyguard to her. No, or chaperone, escort, or even wet nurse.
Oh, yes, you are.
Oh, no, I'm not. I've seen better-looking things in Myrtle Summers when I've had the DTs. Chad, have you no heart, no friendship?
I've got a lot of friendship for everyone in Dos Rios Valley. And I'm starting to think after that note that Fred Batchelor's death wasn't the accident it appeared to be, and that someone around here wants the Trails End ranch cheap.
But who? What is there about Batchelor's ranch that makes it any more valuable than yours, for example?
Well, just the one thing that Cherokee O'Bannon wouldn't ever know about.
The one thing Well, what's that, Chad?
Aqua Pura. Or in other words, John Barleycorn, Jr., water. That pond and dam on the back end of Fred's ranch virtually controls the entire water flow for 50 miles around it.
Well, then, why don't the people around here stop bathing?
Cherokee, you're thoroughly unconvincing. And no matter how much you buck and argue, you're going to ride herd on Myrtle Summers and see that no accident happens to her. Or that someone doesn't steal that ranch away from her until such time as I can thoroughly look into the matter.
But, Chad, you don't know women like I do. I'm telling you that Myrtle Summers has only one interest in a man. She wants to get married.
Well, if that's what it takes to stop her from selling her ranch and ruining this whole valley, then I say it's cheap at half the price.
Chad, a woman like that running a ranch.
She might make a great rancher, Cherokee.
Maybe she would at that. Her head is full of wide open spaces.
Oh, you're most unkind. Now, Myrtle has got some very good features. Now, take her teeth.
Now, that won't be any trouble. I'll bet they come out.
All right, then. Myrtle's got beautiful auburn hair.
Hair? Is that what that is? I thought it was just her head unraveling.
Well, you got to admit that she dresses nicely. That suit she had on just matched her skin.
That certainly did. What was it? Corduroy?
Cherokee, you're hopeless. But you've got to do this. And if she lures you into marriage, I promise you a divorce at 50% off.
You're just as stubborn as she is. Everything I say to you just goes in one hole in your head and out the other.
Yep, it was a tough spot. But I won out in the end, and Cherokee went over to the hotel to escort Myrtle to supper. It was quite a tete-a-tete, the way I got it.
Cherokee, may I have some more coffee? Well, what's the matter with you, Cherokee? You're not paying any attention to me at all.
I guess I was just ruminating.
Oh, a penny for your thoughts. What were you thinking about, Cherokee? Something romantic?
Why should I be thinking about something romantic?
Well, you're a man, aren't you?
Of course.
And I'm a woman, aren't I?
Myrtle, I wish you wouldn't start arguments.
Now, that's not very nice, Cherokee. What do you take me for? A moron? An idiot fool? Well?
What's that first word again?
Cherokee O'Bannon. If you're trying to insult me, insults roll off me like water off a duck's back.
Myrtle, you seem to have something there.
If you're not nice to me, I'm going to sell my ranch and go back home.
Now, let's not do anything hasty.
Well, why should I stay out here? I can sell the ranch, take the money, and live to a ripe old age.
Again?
That's enough. You've insulted me for the last time. Goodbye, Mr. O'Bannon.
Well, goodbye. With my miserable luck, we'll probably be meeting again.
Oh! You're impossible. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
So she hates me, eh? Well, even though I take only an occasional drink, this seems like it might be the occasion. Oh, waiter, bring me 10 occasional drinks. Bring them in a hurry.
Well, I can see now that it was all my fault. Knowing Cherokee and having seen Myrtle, I should have known what would happen. But not only didn't I know what would happen with Cherokee, but I didn't know what would happen when Chicago Eddie's bodyguard, Monk, saw Myrtle stalk out of the dining room in tears.
And then she banged her way out, clumped upstairs, went to her room, and slammed the door. If you're going to make her an offer for that ranch, now's the time, Eddie.
Offer nothing.
Huh? Well, you mean you're Welshing?
No, you lunkhead, of course not. But don't you see? If we was to make her an offer, even if she accepted it, she'd go back to Remington to have him check the papers.
Yeah?
Yeah, what's more important, just like you said before, somebody just may start getting nosy about Fred Batchelor's accident.
Well, so then, what are you going to do?
While you was out trailing her and O'Bannon, I cooked up an idea, first-rate idea. That is, if she likes to gamble, and what woman who looks like Myrtle Summers don't like to gamble?
You mean take her for all her cash and then have her put up the ranch for more?
Yeah, you're a real bright boy, Monk.
Well, criminy, boss, how you going to get her in here and get her gambling?
For a bright boy like you and a dame who's crying and already sore at the world, that shouldn't be too hard. Now, listen to me and pay attention.
Okay.
Yeah, you go over to the hotel and go up to her room, see? You introduce yourself to her as a member of the local businessmen's committee. And tell her that we're so honored she's taken over the Trails End Ranch. And
the Dos Rios Businessmen's Committee is throwing a big shindig just for you, in your honor, tonight.
Well, if that isn't the nicest thing.
Then you'll come.
Oh, it's the Businessmen's Committee, isn't it?
You're a card, Miss Summers. Yeah, you're a card. Well, what do you say we go?
Why, sir... Say, if he's not there already, do you think it'd be all right if I invited that nice man who helped me this afternoon? Mr. Remington?
Well, I'm afraid you see, Miss Summers, this businessmen's committee is only the better class of people in town. Remington don't belong, and the boys wouldn't like it if he was there.
Oh, but Mr. Remington seems so nice.
Oh, he ain't so bad, but that liquorhead he runs around with, O'Bannon, we don't approve of either one of them.
Well, I can certainly see what you mean when you mention that O'Bannon. And now, if you'd be good enough to get me my gloves, let's be on our way.
I gotta hand it to you, Miss Summers. I just can't seem to beat you.
I guess I'm just the luckiest thing ever. I've won over $50 so far.
With the way your luck's running, you ought to see if you can't get Eddie to raise the stakes. You'd probably end up owning the whole place.
Well, I don't know about that.
Oh, why, Eddie, I'm surprised at you. I thought you were a real sport. And besides, what's a little money amongst friends?
Well, when I finally caught up with Cherokee and found out what had happened, instead of beating his brains out, I hustled him back to the hotel for an apology, a full apology. But when we got there and learned that Myrtle had left more than an hour ago with a man whose description seemed to tally with Chicago Eddie's bodyguard, I figured it was too late. And as a matter of fact, it was.
Oh, dear. I just don't know what to do.
Call him, Miss Summers. I'm sure he's just bluffing.
Very well, then. If he's bluffing, I'll call and raise another 100.
And if you had any more money left, I'd raise you right back. So seeing as how you ain't, I'll just call.
Wait a minute, Eddie. Miss Summers has got a mighty good hand. And being out as much as she is right now, you ought to give her a chance to back her hand for what it's worth.
I'd be glad to, but she ain't got no more money.
If you really want to be a good sport about it, why don't you let Miss Summers put up a deed to a ranch? That ought to be worth enough to make this game interesting.
You mean you'd accept a deed to my ranch?
Why, sure, if you think your hand's good for it.
Oh, dear. I wish I knew what to do. What do you think I should do, Mr. Monk?
What do I think? Well, here's what I think. A piece of paper and a pen to write out that deed.
Well, if you say so. What do I have to write?
This. For $1 and other valuable consideration in hand received, I herewith assign all my right, title, and...
Hey, what's that?
Monk, go see who it is.
Sure thing, Eddie. I'll go.
And make sure nobody but our invited guests get in. All right, Miss Summers, just keep on writing. All my right, title, and interest in the land and its improvements, described as...
Hey, Eddie!
Huh?
It's Remington and O'Bannon!
You're blame right, it's Remington and O'Bannon, and we're coming in.
Quick, somebody, shoot out them lights!
Mr. Remington, I can never thank you enough for what you've done. I feel I ought to kiss you. Kiss you both.
Chad, help me, protect me, save me.
Oh, Myrtle, you'd better get on that train before it pulls out without you. And I'll mail you the check for the ranch sale as soon as it's cleared at the bank.
Well, I just hate to leave, but goodbye now. Au revoir. Toodaloo.
Well, Cherokee, that's that.
Now I shall repair to some nearby tavern and order a quart of alcoholic beverage.
Now, wait a minute, Cherokee. You're not taking on board that much drinking liquor.
Drinking liquor? Heavens to Betsy, no. What I want is a disinfectant. I didn't duck soon enough, and Myrtle kissed me right on the mouth.
Frontier Town, starring Reed Hadley and featuring Wade Crosby, is a Bruce Ells production. Story and direction by Paul Franklin. Music written and played by Ivan Ditmars. Be sure to be with us again same time next week for another fine action-adventure story with your favorite young Western star, Reed Hadley. And now this is Bill Foreman to tell you that Frontier Town comes to you from Hollywood.
Is stronger than steel. It is 3T cord, built into the new G8 by Goodyear. It gives more protective strength. The new multi-bladed thread has a wraparound shoulder design for greater grip, improved steering and cornering. It is built with tough-skin non-skid rubber to give more mileage, extra skid resistance. Remember the name and insist on the new G8 by Goodyear.
A million housewives every day pick up a tin of beans and say, beans, beans, Heinz. A million housewives every day pick up a tin of beans and say, beans, beans, Heinz.
Ever been riding on a varnish stick? Read what it means in Meccano magazine. Build yourself a radio-controlled powerboat. Full-size plans are free with Meccano magazine. Packed with model planes, trains and cars. Meccano magazine. Out now, 1 and 6.
When I fall in love, it will be forever.
Sweet Trolley. The name you'll find on the most wickedly delicious desserts you could imagine. Each one is lovingly created to look as good as it tastes. Sweet Trolley. Delicious desserts from Bird's Eye and Walls. So irresistible, you can't help falling in love.
You know, some marmalades get some of their tang from added flavoring. While Robertson's Golden Shred gets all of its tang from Seville oranges. What would you rather have for breakfast?
The next hour is brought to you by John Paul Mitchell Systems, the world's leader in hair care products and styling tools. Visit www.paulmitchell.com today.
Now transcribe Theatre Royal.
The National Broadcasting Company presents Sir Laurence Olivier, your host in Theatre Royal.
This is Laurence Olivier. In a few weeks' time, when the new stage play in which I'm appearing with my wife comes to London's West End, I shall have the pleasure of appearing each week in a different play on this program. But until then, I'm very happy to have the opportunity of introducing as my guests some of my own friends from the theater. Today's guest is an exceptionally good companion of mine, and we have had many very happy associations together on the stage. You may perhaps recall our visit to the United States some years ago with the Old Vic Theater Company. I'm speaking, of course, of Ralph Richardson. Ralph has chosen for you a dramatization of a story by Joseph Conrad. It is, in my opinion, one of the best he ever wrote, and I think you will enjoy it. It has perhaps the simplest title of any story I know. Here, then, is Ralph Richardson in Joseph Conrad's story of the First World War, The Tale.
Outside the large single window, the late evening light was dying out slowly. In the long room, the irresistible tide of the night had run into the most distant parts of it, where the whispering of our voices, passionately interrupted and passionately renewed, had died away with the dying light. Now I could see only the faint oval of her upturned face, the pale immobility of her hands against the dark of her dress. Oh, we loved each other, yes, but there was little hope in that love. At last, she turned her head away.
Please. We can only hurt ourselves going on like this. You know that.
But, my darling...
Tell me something.
What am I to tell you?
Why not tell me a tale?
A tale?
Yes, why not?
Why not?
You used to tell your simple and professional tales very well at one time. You had a sort of art. That summer, 1914, the days before the war.
Oh, really? But now you see the war is going on.
It could be a tale not of this world.
Well, you want a tale of the other, the better world? You must call back someone who's already gone there.
No, I don't mean that. I mean some other world in the universe, not in heaven.
Well, I'm relieved. But you forget that I've only 5 days leave.
Yes. And I've also taken 5 days leave from my duties.
I like that word.
What word?
Duty.
It is horrible sometimes.
That's because you think it's narrow. But it isn't. It contains infinities. And so...
What is this jargon?
An infinity of absolution, for instance. But as to this other world, who's going to look for it? And the tale that's in it?
You.
Huh? As you will. In that world, then, there was once upon a time a naval commanding officer and a Scandinavian. It was a world of seas and continents and islands.
Like the earth?
Yes. A war was going on in that world, and many young men in it, mostly in wardrooms and messes, used to say to each other, it's a bad war, but it's better than no war at all. That sounds flippant, doesn't it?
Yes.
Let's get back to our commanding officer, who, of course, commanded a ship, a warship. But he used to be sent out with her along certain coasts to see what he could see, just that. Sometimes he had some preliminary information to help him, and sometimes he hadn't. It was in the early days of the war. The ship was sailing in northern waters, steaming along her beat in sight of a rocky, dangerous coast that stood out intensely black, like an Indian ink drawing on gray paper. Well, anything to report?
No, sir. Not so much as a fishing boat. Nothing stirring on shore there. The coast's absolutely deserted.
Well, never mind about the coast. It's the sea we're interested in. You know what used to amaze me was the way that the war never seemed to change it. Just the same expanse of water, neither more friendly nor more hostile. It's impossible to believe that that same horizon has now become one great circular ambush.
Yes, it is until you see a ship blow up all of a sudden and plop under almost before you know what's happened to her.
Then you believe it, all right. After that, you keep your eyes on her to see what you can see. You begin to wonder whether one day you may not die from something you haven't seen. You know, in some ways, one almost envies the soldiers. At the end...
Look, sir. Out there, ahead, on the starboard bow.
Quick, man, hard a port. It may be a mine. Ahead of the ship, something was floating and rolling lazily on the sea. Something, but what? The ship's course was altered to pass the object close. It was necessary to have a good look at it and to see what one could see, close, but without touching it. It was not advisable to come in contact with objects of any form floating carelessly about.
Small wreckage, perhaps. But there shouldn't be any wreckage here.
No. The last reported torpedoings were a long way westward. But one never knows. There may have been others that weren't reported, gone with all hands.
Yes. Seems to be a battle. Here, have a look through the glasses, sir.
Uh-huh. Yeah. It's pretty obvious proof of what we've suspected all along. But certain neutrals round here haven't been quite so neutral as they should have been.
U-boats?
Yes. Replenishing the stores of U-boats. Somewhere not so very far off, either.
Yes, but why leave the evidence lying about like this?
Why, indeed.
Almost looks as though it had been done on purpose. But what on earth for?
More probably it was an oversight. Or maybe somebody had to get away quickly before they were spotted.
Well, it's proof of what we were pretty certain of before. And plain, too.
And much good it'll do us. The parties are miles away. The U-boat, the devil only knows where, but ready to kill. And the noble neutral slipping away to the eastward, ready with a pack of lies.
Yeah. Well, they won't have to lie very much. Fellows like that, unless caught in the act, are pretty safe.
Yes. I suppose they can afford to chuckle. They probably don't even care a rap for the bit of evidence left behind. It's a game where practice makes you bold.
And successful, too.
Yes, well, perhaps this will be once too often. May not have been all that long ago.
It doesn't have to have been by the look of things. Not in this kind of weather. You see? The fog's coming up again. A solid white wall of it. Well, here we go again. In 5 minutes, we were in the thick of it. Great convolutions of vapor flew over, swirling about our masts and funnel, which looked as if they were beginning to melt. Then they vanished. The ship was stopped. All sounds ceased. The very fog became motionless, growing denser as if solid in its amazing, dumb immobility. Men at their stations lost sight of each other. Footsteps sounded stealthily. Rare voices, impersonal and remote, died away without resonance. A blind, white stillness took possession of the world.
14 fathoms!
Well, what do we do now? Here, wait a minute. The fog's lifting.
Only in patches. Look, there's the shoreline again. Ah, that's a bit better.
38 fathoms!
Right. Now I know where I am again. We're going inshore.
Yes, but...
It's all right. I know this stretch of coast like the back of my hand. That peak there's the southern shore of a fjord. We're going to ease round into it and sit tight till the weather mends. There's plenty of sea room and we can drop anchor. Keep the leadsman stinging out. Slowly, with infinite caution and patience, they crept in closer and closer, seeing no more of the cliffs than the effervescent dark loom with a narrow border of angry foam at its foot. At the moment of anchoring, the fog was so thick, all they could see they might have been 1,000 miles out in the open sea. Yet the shelter of the land could be felt. There was a peculiar quality in the stillness of the air, very faint, very elusive. The wash of the ripple against the encircling land reached their ears with mysterious, sudden pauses. Well, that's that. There's about half a mile between us and the other side of the fjord. We can stay here till the fog lifts. We get a chance to see what we're doing again.
Well, it seems to be lifting already, sir. Back there, towards the open sea.
By Jove, it does. Quite a bright patch.
Here, wait a minute. What's that?
Give me the glasses.
I could almost swear.
Well, you'd be right then. There's another ship out there, lying at anchor.
Yes, but hang it. It's a wonder we didn't run slap into her when we came in.
Yes, it certainly is.
But why didn't she make herself known, rung her bell? She must have heard us coming in. We came in pretty quietly, admittedly, but they must have heard our leadsman at least. We couldn't have passed her more than 50 yards off.
Quite. What you might call a close shave.
We never heard a sound from her. Fellows on board must have been holding their breaths.
I rather think that's what they were doing.
Had we better take a look at them, sir?
I think we better had. At first, I supposed she was just a coaster standing to. I'm not so sure the more I think about it. In fact, I'm not at all sure. Lower a boat and send a boarding party across to her. I want to know a little more about that ship.
Aye, aye, sir.
The boat was lowered and moved away into the fog. The white swirl of vapor that lay on the water spotted it up as though it had been sunk. Only the shadowy outline of the mystery ship remained afloat above the drifting whiteness. For a quarter of an hour there was utter silence, and then the boarding party returned, appearing suddenly alongside. The officer in charge came up to make his report. Well, what is she, a coaster?
No, sir, a stranger, a neutral.
No, really? Well, tell us a little bit more about her then. What's she doing here, anyway?
Well, they said they've had engine trouble, so they stood in here to keep out of the weather.
Did they? Well, how did they get in here if they had engine trouble?
I asked them that, sir. They said they were drifting about in the fog for 3 days. Then the wind got up and they simply ran before it when they saw where it was taking them.
Well, I suppose that's just possible. The wind's in the right quarter, such as it is. There's hardly enough of it, I'd have thought.
Oh, no, sir. This was 4 days ago. Apparently there was quite a stiffish breeze blew up. They were even afraid of a gale.
Ah, well, that checks too. If they're talking about last Friday. Quite a plausible story, isn't it? What about the ship's papers?
Our papers in perfect order, sir. I checked them carefully. She sailed from Gothenburg last Monday, 8 days ago, with a cargo for Newcastle. General merchandise, all checking with the manifest. From what I could see of her, sir, she's quite in the clear.
She is, eh?
Well, the master said he didn't know where they were, said they'd been drifting about so long in the fog, he didn't have any good idea of his position. He asked me for a bearing, but I didn't give him one till I'd checked with you, sir.
Good. Just one thing. What about her engines now? Are they still disabled?
No, sir, she has steam on them.
Oh, she has. Number one, you know, I think you were right after all. They were holding their breaths as we passed them. They certainly were.
In a moment, we continue with Theatre Royal.
We'd like to remind you of the fine Parade of Good Listening tomorrow night on NBC. Jerome Kern's musical drama Sonny takes the spotlight on The Railroad Hour, starring Gordon MacRae and lovely Lucille Norman. Then Howard Barlow and the Firestone Symphony Orchestra joined with Metropolitan basso Cesare Siepi, the guest artist on The Voice of Firestone. Later, George London returns to The Telephone Hour, with Donald Voorhees conducting the Bell Telephone Orchestra. Top off your Monday evening of musical entertainment when Paul Laval conducts his city service Band of America in a double salute to the Safety Congress and National Bible Week. And you'll want to join that lovable pair, Fibber McGee and Molly, as they find themselves involved in another laugh-provoking misadventure the whole family will enjoy. That's followed by an amusing storytelling session as jokester Senator Ed Ford and his quick-witted partners Peter Donald, Harry Hirschfield, and former Governor Harold Hoffman get together to outdo one another on Can You Top This? Later Monday, enjoy a swashbuckling drama when MacDonald Carey stars in another thrilling episode of Jason and the Golden Fleece. And remember, tomorrow NBC joins the state of Ohio in a salute to popular funster Bob Hope, heard each morning with a quarter hour of helpful and hilarious tips to the housewife. For the best in listening entertainment, you'll want to stay tuned to your NBC radio network.
And now we return to Theatre Royal.
I tell you, number one, I don't like it. I don't like it one little bit. Somewhere around here, as we know very well, a German U-boat has been restocked, probably by a neutral vessel. Here in this fjord, we find a neutral vessel hiding away in the fog.
But her story was perfectly plausible, sir.
Yes, a little bit too plausible to my mind. If she wasn't trying to avoid us, why didn't she make herself known when we came in? She must have heard us.
Well, a fog like this does muffle small sounds, sir. And what could their object be, after all?
To sneak out unnoticed once we'd passed her by.
Oh, then why didn't they, sir? They might have done, you know. Not exactly unnoticed, perhaps. I don't suppose they could have slipped their cable without making some noise. Still, in a minute or two, they'd have been gone before we'd fairly made them out. Yet they didn't.
Well, I suppose that's true enough. What did you make of the crew, Johnson?
Oh, the usual lot, sir. The engineers, quite typical, I should say. Very full of the way they repaired their engines. The mate a bit surly, perhaps. Not much English. The master, rather an impressive sort of a fellow in his way. Typically Scandinavian. Civil enough, but appeared to have been drinking. Seemed to be recovering from a regular bout of it.
Oh, he did, eh? What instructions did you give him?
Oh, I told him I couldn't give him permission to proceed, sir. He said he wouldn't dare to move his ship her own length out in a fog like this, permission or no permission. I left a man on board all the same.
Quite right. Well, keep an eye on her as much as you can with all this fog about, and keep your ears open.
Aye, sir.
I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit too suspicious, but I can't help feeling that this very plausible ship may very well have been the one that had a rendezvous with that U-boat out there.
But you could never prove it, sir.
Well, I don't know. I want to have a look at it myself.
But from the report we've had, I'm afraid you couldn't even make a case for reasonable suspicion, sir. Could you?
I'll go on board all the same. Muster another boarding party.
Aye, aye, sir.
What did I expect to find? Well, I couldn't have told anybody, not even myself. I suppose what I really expected to find there was an atmosphere, the atmosphere of gratuitous treachery, which to my mind nothing could excuse. But how could I detect it, sniff it, taste it, receive some mysterious communication which would turn my invincible suspicion into a certitude strong enough to provoke action with all its risks? I went aboard. The master, a large, robust Scandinavian, led the way to the chart room.
Not very comfortable, but while I am at sea, this is where I live.
Aha.
Oh, take a seat, please. What can I do for you?
Oh, it's nothing. It's merely a routine check. Your papers appear to be in order.
No, of course. If it had not been for trouble with the engines, we would have been in England, in Newcastle.
Instead of which...
So we are here.
Aha.
Oh, what I mean is, I don't know where we are. Oh, hang it all. For 3 days we drift in the fog with our engines broken down. I tell you, we might be anywhere.
So the fog's been after you for a week?
Yes, that's no exaggeration. 8 days. We leave Göteborg last Monday, last week. On Tuesday, I am somewhere south of here, and my engines break down. We drift in the fog, I don't know where, and then the wind gets up, and we put in here. Since then, there has been nothing but fog again.
Ah, so you've been anchored here all that time?
Yeah, that's right, 4 days. Oh, isn't it enough to drive a man out of his mind? Well, and it's like this. This ship is my own. Your officer has seen the papers. She isn't much, as you can see for yourself, just an old cargo boat, just a bare living for my family. Those are their pictures up there.
Yes, you'll be making a fortune for your family with this old ship before you finish.
Please.
I mean, out of the war.
Ah, yes. Out of the war. Well, what of that? You wouldn't be angry about it, would you? Oh, you are too much of a gentleman. We didn't bring this war on you.
No, I suppose you didn't.
Well, and suppose we sat down and cried. What good would that be? Well, let those cry who made all the trouble. Time is money, you say in English. Well, this time is money. Oh, yes, it is money, all right.
Well, I'm glad you're satisfied. Well, I suppose you've made it perfectly clear that the war's not your fault and why you're here. Your logbook confirms that very minutely. Of course, a logbook may be cooked.
Please.
I say a logbook may be cooked, faked, used as an alibi. Nothing easier.
Oh. But you can't suspect me of anything. My cargo is made out for an English port, in Newcastle.
True.
Well, then how can you suspect me? And what is it you suspect me of doing?
Well, I haven't said that I do suspect you. What makes you think I might?
But what you said about the logbook.
Well, I find you lying here with steam up, hiding in the fog.
But my engines have been repaired, so at last I can get steam up again.
Why didn't you make yourself known when you heard us coming into the field?
Well, I hear nothing. I do not know you were there until your boat come along.
But you must have heard our leadsman.
Please.
You must have heard the shout of our leadsman, taking the depth as we came by.
I was in this chat room. I hear nothing at all.
I wondered what he'd do if I accused him to his face of being what I suspected he was. Supposing I did that and watched his face, would he betray himself in some way? Oh, it was perfectly plain the fellow had been drinking. Oh, yes, he'd been drinking. He'd have had a lie ready all the same. I turned away in disgust and went up on the deck, where I had the crew mustered formally for an inspection. You the chief engineer?
Yeah.
What's been the trouble with your engines?
Please?
Your engines broke down, didn't they?
Oh, yeah. The main... how you say? The main feed became loose. And the steam was not right in the cylinder. Also, the condenser chamber was wrong.
When was this?
A week ago. Last Tuesday.
Uh-huh. You the mate?
Yeah.
Let me see your papers.
Oh, here.
Where did you join the ship?
Göteborg?
When?
3 months ago.
This is your first trip to Hull?
We are not bound for Hull. We are bound for Newcastle.
I could discover no flaw in the logbook story. So at last I dismissed them. My impression of them was that they were a well-picked lot. They'd probably been promised a fistful of money each if the trip paid off. All slightly anxious, but not frightened. Not a single one of them likely to give the show away. At last I returned to the chart room. The master still lingered there. He appeared to have been drinking while I was away on deck.
Sit down, please.
I guess you're wondering at my proceedings, though I'm not detaining you, am I? I mean, you wouldn't care to move in this fog?
I don't know where I am.
You didn't happen to notice any unusual objects floating about while you were at sea?
Objects? What objects? We were groping blind in the fog for days before we put in.
Oh, we had a few clear intervals. And earlier today, I saw something out there that makes me suspect that not so very long since a U-boat was contacted and restocked. Perhaps by a neutral vessel.
Oh, I see. But you only suspect that. You have no proof.
Oh, well, perhaps not. But I also have my information. That's why I happen to be here at all. Shooting's too good for people to conceive neutrality in that sort of manner.
Oh, yes, perhaps.
No, there's no perhaps about it.
Oh, no, you are right. But what about the tempters? We better kill off that lot. There's 4, 5, 6 million of them. Oh, but I had better hold my tongue. You have some suspicions.
No, I've no suspicions.
Oh, well, let us put it like this. We know that you English are gentlemen, but, well, let us speak the truth. Why should we love you so very much? You haven't done anything to be loved. We don't love the Germans either, of course, but they haven't done anything for that either. Well, a fellow comes along with a bag of gold. Oh, I haven't been in Rotterdam on my last voyage for nothing.
Oh, I'm sure. You'll be able to tell our people something interesting when you get to Newcastle.
Oh, I might. But you keep some people in your pay at Rotterdam, so let them report. I am neutral, aren't I?
So you say.
Well, listen. Have you ever seen a poor man on one side and a bag of gold on the other? Oh, of course, I couldn't be tempted. I haven't nerve for it. Oh, I tell you, it is nothing to me. I just talk openly for once.
Yes, I'm listening to you.
Well, now that I know you have no suspicions, I talk. You don't know what a poor man is. I do. I'm poor myself. This old ship isn't much, and she's mortgaged, too. Bare living no more. Oh, of course, I wouldn't have the nerve, but a man who has the nerve. See, the stuff he takes aboard looks like other cargo packages, barrels, tins, copper tubes, whatnot. He doesn't see it work. It isn't real to him, but he sees the gold. That's real. Oh, of course, nothing would induce me. I suffer from an internal disease. I would go crazy with anxiety or take to drink or something. No, the risk is too great. It would be ruin.
It would be death.
Well, it is nothing to me. I am not one of those.
No, of course not. Well, I'm going to clear you fellows off this coast at once, all of you. Now, begin with you. You must leave in half an hour.
What, leave in this fog?
Yes, you'll have to go in this fog.
But I don't know where I am. I tell you, 3 days I drifted lost in the fog.
So you don't know how to get out, don't you? Well, I'm giving you your course. You steer south by east, half east, for about 4 miles, then you'll be clear to hold to the westward for your port. The weather will clear up before very long.
But please, it's better like this. I tell you, I haven't the nerve to do it.
I'm ordering you to do it. Unless you want me.
No, I tell you, I have had enough of this board.
Yeah. You'll leave within the next half hour. You steam, and I've given you your course.
Oh, but please, I do not know where I am.
I've given you your course.
Very well, sir. I have no choice.
I returned to my ship, leaving the master standing there as if he were rooted to the deck. Within the next 10 minutes, I heard their anchor being weighed. Then, shadowy in the fog, she steamed away out of the fjord on to her given course. Well, my dear, that's the end of the tale.
In fact, you let him go.
Now listen. That course would lead the ship straight onto the rocks beyond the mouth of the fjord. He steamed out, he ran into them, and went down. So, he had spoken the truth. He did not know where he was.
But surely...
I proved nothing. Nothing either way. It may have been the only truth in all his story. Yes. He seems to have been driven out by a menacing stare. Nothing more.
And you knew?
Ah, yes, I gave that course to them. It seemed to me the supreme test. I believe... No, I don't believe. I don't know. At the time I was 7, they all went down. I don't know whether I've done stern retribution or murder. I don't know. I shall never know.
Oh, my poor...
I shall never know.
This is Laurence Olivier again. I would like to extend my thanks to Ralph Richardson for that fine performance in Joseph Conrad's story, The Tale. Our thanks, as usual, should also go to the excellent supporting cast. I shall have with me as my guest on next week's program another good friend of the theater, John Gielgud. Until then, when I look forward to your company, au revoir, and thank you.
Sir Laurence Olivier introduced, as usual, today's transcribed program. The script was by D.G. Brightson. The music was under the direction of Sidney Torch. Theodore Royal is an NBC presentation, produced and directed by Harry Allen Towers.
Your Last Man Out, next on the NBC Radio Network.
Keeping the radio memories alive thanks to the sponsorship of John Paul Pet. Pet care with a salon pedigree. Visit jppet.com today.
This is Nightline, the line that's open at the right place at the right moment, and this is Walter O'Keefe. Good evening, and here's our first Nightline call tonight from Hollywood. Groucho Marx and You Bet Your Life. Hey, George, you tell us, what is tonight's secret word?
Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word is book, B-O-O-K.
Who cares?
You bet your life.
The National Broadcasting Company presents Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life, the comedy quiz show transcribed from Hollywood. Groucho meets our first contestants in just 1 minute.
In centuries past, this was the sound that used to get the news around. Yes, in centuries past, the people on one side of the hill beat the drum to share the news of the world with the people on the other side of the hill. And since the world in those days was a smaller, more easygoing world, this was enough to get the news around. Ours is a chaotic age with critical events flashing across the face of the earth. Fortunately for us, we can keep up with these events because we have at our fingertips the fastest means of communication ever devised. We have radio. And NBC Radio, with news on the hour, keeps you alerted to world events wherever they happen, as soon as they happen. From ages primitive to present, people have wanted to keep up with events. And in our day and age, this is the sound that really gets the news around. This is Leon Pearson inviting you to keep up with the news on the hour all day, every day, over most of these NBC stations.
And here he is, the one, the only...
Well, here I am again with a chance for each of our couples to win up to $10,000. That's French. And if any of them say the secret word, they'll win an extra $100. That's English. George, who's first?
Oh, Groucho,
That's German.
Groucho, I'd like you to meet Nancy Anderson and Scott Edwards. So, folks, you can please and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word, and you'll divide an extra $100. It's a common word, Something you find around the house. You little rascal, you. Nancy, I'll start with you because you are a little rascal, aren't you? Where are you from, Nancy?
Well, I was born in Edgewood, Maryland, but I just lived there for a few weeks, and then I grew up in Nashville, Tennessee, and since then I've lived in Alabama and Georgia, and North Carolina.
Nancy, I notice you have a decided northern accent. How long have you been in Southern California?
Well, I've been here for 3 years, but I've lost most of my accent.
How does the city of the Angels compare with your city of the Dodgers, compare with your home down south? Which do you prefer?
Want me to tell you the truth?
I certainly do.
Well,
We don't have
I
anybody...
much prefer the south. I don't like the traffic and the smog, and I don't like the general attitude as well either. I think about the first day I was here. I went into a grocery store, and on the wall they've got signs, pickpockets will be prosecuted to the full extent of the law, and absolutely no checks cashed, and forging checks is a felony, and you will be arrested. And this store is protected by the Eagle Eye Detective Agency, and where I come from, they have signs that say, through these doors pass the finest people in the world, our customers.
Well, you must remember that we have a lot of crooks in Los Angeles.
That's just what I mean.
And you're Scott Edwards?
Yes, I am.
Where are you from?
Partly. I'm from Springfield, Mass, originally.
Oh, Springfield, Mass. Somebody out there from the Klondike. Are you married?
No, I'm not.
How old are you?
33.
And you're not married yet?
No.
Well, how is it a handsome, bright young fellow like you isn't married yet?
Well, I guess the right girl never came along, Groucho.
Oh. Well, perhaps you're doing something wrong. Just what do you do when you have a date with a pretty girl?
Well...
why don't you lie down and tell old Dr. Hackenbush all about it? It's only $30 an hour.
Well, actually, I have an apartment down at the beach at Malibu, and when the moon is on the water and the surf is nice, and we have a little pleasant music in the background and a little martini, it can be quite effective.
Well, it sounds very romantic. How do you fix your martinis?
Well, I mix 5 to 1.
You put in 5 parts gin to 1 part vermouth?
That's right.
Okay. Well, what do you need the moonlight and the music for? Now, what kind of work do you do, Scott?
Groucho, I'm in the technical sales department of Atomics International Division of North American Aviation.
Well, any job that has a title that long is usually short on pay. Actually, what do? Do you sell atomic bombs from house to house?
Now, we build atomic reactors for research and for power.
I always like to help a struggling and worthwhile young salesman. How much do they cost?
Well, a complete installation will go from $100,000 up to several million.
No, I don't mean never mind the total cost. I mean, how much would it be a month?
Well, I don't know.
If I can get it by the month, I'll take one. That is, if you give me trading stamps. Well, it's been a very pleasant experience talking to the North and the South simultaneously. And now let's get down to business and see how much money you can win. Now, you have selected from our list of 371 categories the foreign words and phrases. All of the following are foreign words or phrases used in everyday speech. If you miss 2 in a row, you're out. If you get 4 in a row right, you win $1,000. What is the French phrase that means out of action? Well, it's hors de combat.
Oh. Well,
you should know that.
We have one wrong now. If you get the next one wrong, the game is over for you.
Now, what does the French words mal de mer mean?
Seasickness.
Yes, I'm rather you said it rather than displayed it.
You have one right.
What is the Latin phrase that means my other self or bosom friend?
Alter ego.
That's right, alter ego.
2 right.
Now, what is the German phrase that means till we meet again?
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen is absolutely right.
You don't have 3 right, get the next one right, and you'll have $1,000.
What is the French phrase That means seek the woman.
Cherchez la femme.
Cherchez la femme is right.
And you got 4 in a row, so you win $1,000.
Now, you've won $1,000. You can keep it and quit, or else you can come back later and try to double your money. You may even get a chance at $10,000. So why don't you go over there and sit down and think about it, and thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
In just a moment, our second couple will join Groucho to play You Bet Your Life.
When the ice is smooth and the sky is blue and the skaters' waltz is played for two.
You make it Pabst, 'cause Pabst makes it perfect.
Yes, Pabst makes it perfect. Just as we always have ever since 1844. So next time, you make it Pabst, because Pabst makes it perfect. America's Blue Ribbon beer from the Pabst Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Yes, Pabst makes it perfect.
Groucho, we have a couple of sisters ready to meet you now. One of them doesn't speak English. However, the other one is going to act as her interpreter. So here they are, Mrs. Ida Tondino and Mrs. Isabella Caracciolo. Would you
Welcome
please?
to you. That's enough of that. Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word and divide an extra $100. It's a common word, something you'll find around the house. Well, there we are, huh? Ida Tondino, Isabella Cacciolo, huh? Is that right?
Caracciolo.
Groucho?
Caracciolo.
Garaccio. That's where I keep my car in the Garaccio.
Caracciolo. Conosciuto in tutto il mondo.
Now, you say you girls are from Germany?
Italiani.
Oh. And this is Ida over here, huh?
Me.
Oh.
Ida.
You're the one that doesn't speak English, huh?
I speak English.
You speak English?
Yes.
Now ask Isabella how old she is.
Quanti anni tieni? Beh, questa non dovrebbe dirmela questa domanda, perché non è domanda da fare a una donna.
She must be 100, huh?
Non si domanda mai l'età di una donna.
How old does she say she is?
47.
She's at 47, huh?
Yeah.
How much did she lose in the translation? You're married, huh?
Yeah.
How long you been married?
35 years.
That's a very romantic
It's
to be married.
romantic, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
35 years. He must be a fine fellow, huh?
Yeah.
What was there about him that made you fall in love with him? Do you remember?
Nothing.
Well, at least you didn't hate him when you met him, did you? Now, Ida, you must have a lot on the ball to be able to hang
Yeah.
on to your husband for 35 years.
Yeah.
Are you a good cook?
Cook, look at me. I'm a cook spaghetti, lasagna, ravioli, pizza, chicken cacciatore, everything you want, I cook for you.
Can you make a Garaccio?
Caraccio, no, it's a name.
Oh, that's Now, while you're cooking, what does your husband do?
My husband was in the garage, have a permit to make
He's in the
wine.
Garaccio, you mean?
Garage.
He's in the garage?
Garage. You have a permit to make wine. I call the people, you have a nice time for the friend and drink the wine.
He's in the garage making wine?
Yeah.
Doesn't he know prohibition is over? Why don't next time you see him, if you ever do, you know, if he ever comes out of there, tell him he can get it legally now. Isabella, what does your husband do for a living?
Dice, e tu che marito che faccio per vivere? Il sarto? Tell her.
He's a what?
Tell her.
No, you tell her. I don't care. What do you mean?
Just tell her, you make a suit for men.
He's a teller and he makes a...
Suit for men, that's it.
He's a tailor, huh?
Teller, yeah.
He's a tailor and he works in a bank?
No.
What does he do? Does he make suits with checks in them?
Suit for men. For you, for somebody else,
He
all
makes
men.
the suits?
Suit.
Oh.
He's cutting.
He's a cutter?
Yeah.
No. Ida, I'm curious about you.
Yeah, yeah.
How did you two find your way to the show here tonight?
Oh.
Did you have somebody else with you?
Oh, my brother, I think it's near ends over here someplace.
Your brother?
My brother, Raymond.
Could we get Ida's brother to stand up?
Raymond?
Yeah. Raymond, come up here. Hey, Raymond. How do you do?
That's me.
You know your sisters?
Yes, sir.
Oh. Now, what is your last name? Raymond what?
Cavallari. Raymond Cavallari.
Cavallari, eh?
Ha capito adesso?
Oh. Raymond, is there anything I should know about Ida and Isabel that they haven't revealed yet? Or do you think we've covered all the bases?
You covered about everything except that my singing sister here has a little serenade for you. They want to serenade you or something.
Oh.
She brought along a guitar, and I think
you play Italian,
would like to...
Spanish? Where is the guitar?
I'll play a little bit.
Ida, get your guitar and let's hear you sing. Sing anything you want, providing it isn't in English. Ida, you sing?
You want to sing Solomeo?
You sing anything you want.
Anything you want? Solomeo. Che bella cosa una giornata sole, l'aria serena dopo una tempesta. Quell'aria fresca sembra già una festa. Che bella cosa una giornata e sole. Manato sole.
Ida, Isabel, Raymond was charming.
Thank you.
And if you're smart, you'll do something with a guitar.
Yeah.
Smash it into 1,000 pieces. Oh, it's real good. I like it. How you like my singing?
Good.
It's good, huh?
Good.
Well, let's hope you can win some money in the quiz. I doubt it, but let's see. Raymond, this is an unusual thing. We rarely do this, but we're going to let you help them because they've only been in this country 35 years. 37 years, pardon me. Now, you selected mythology. George, you help him too, eh? You get over. Yeah.
Oh, boy. Look, you're taking on a subject.
No, they like that.
Oh.
All right, you ready? What handsome youth fell in love with his own reflection in the water?
Quale bel giovane si è innamorato della sua riflessione nell'acqua?
Narciso.
Narcissus, that's right, yeah. How do you say it?
Narciso.
Narciso, yes, that's pretty good. I thought that was an Italian cheese.
You now have one right now.
One right.
All right. Who carved a marble statue of a maiden and then fell in love with her?
Chi ha scolpito l'immagine di una ragazza e poi è caduto in amore con
Pigmalioni.
Hey, these kids are no...
Yeah. You now have two right.
They don't need any help. He does. Who in mythology held up the heavens on his shoulders?
Chi nella mitologia ha mantenuto il cielo sulle spalle?
Atlante. Atlante.
Atlas, that's right.
You now have free rights.
Who attached his wings with wax, flew too near the sun, and dropped into the sea?
Chi è stata che messa lei
Dicera Dedalo, al figlio Icaro.
Yes, that's right. Icarus. Oh, I thought these were such schlemiels. You know, I think this whole accent and dialect was a big fake, the whole thing. They were probably born in Boston, around Harvard College. Now, you've won $1,000. Now, you can keep it and quit, or else you can come back later and try to double your money. You may even get a chance at $10,000. So go over and sit down and think about it. No matter what you decide to do, we were delighted having you on the show. You were a wonderful trio.
We'll find out if any of our contestants will try for $10,000 in just a moment.
This is William Holden, and I'd like to ask you a question. Do you ever try to move 10 tons? Virtually impossible, I'd say. Yet you have a little muscle that can and does accomplish the equivalent amount of work every day. It's your heart. And it actually pushes 5 to 10 tons of blood through your body every 24 hours. But strong as it is, it can be damaged. It can be affected by various diseases like high blood pressure and hardening of the arteries, which can cause disability and death. Medical investigators are working continuously on these and other diseases of the heart and the blood vessels. Victory will be closer if we join our medical men in their all-out efforts to conquer heart disease. Give generously. Give generously to Help Your Heart Fund. Help your heart. Send a contribution now to your local heart association or to Heart, care of your post office.
Well, here's a story on the big question. Mrs. Tondino and Mrs. Caracciolo have decided to keep their $1,000. They're not going to try for the big money. But Nancy Anderson and Scott Edwards have a different decision, and here they are to tell you all about it.
Now, you won $1,000. Now, if you decide to try for the 10 and you fail, you wind up with a total of $500. Now, what are you going to do?
We're going to try.
Both of us. Now, get together and pick a number from 1 to 10, and then after you pick the number, spin the wheel.
You pick a number.
And remember, if any number besides the one you pick comes up, the question is worth $2,000. If your number comes up, the question is worth 10. What number have you chosen?
We're going to try 3.
Well, give it a turn. Now, you said 3 and it came 10, so this question is worth $2,000. You ready? I doubt if there's anyone alive who hasn't heard of Grace Kelly's marriage to Prince Rainier. For $2,000, can you tell me Grace's new last name? What is the answer you two have decided upon?
Anything better? I think, I don't know whether I can pronounce it, not, but it's Monaco or whatever the name of the kingdom is.
No, I'm sorry. It's Grimaldi.
Oh.
Grimaldi. So I'm sorry you missed it, but you wound up with $500. That isn't too bad. Congratulations. And that'll buy you a lot of martinis.
You Bet Your Life is transcribed in Hollywood. Produced by John Goodell. Directed by Robert Dwan and Bernie Smith. Music by Jack Meakin. This is George Fenneman reminding you to tune in again next week, same time, same station, to hear the one, the only Groucho. And see Groucho every Thursday evening on NBC television. You Bet Your Life is heard by our armed forces around the world.
Victoria de Los Angeles appears on the telephone hour tonight on NBC.
What has a hazelnut in every bite?
Sorry.
And thick milk chocolate for your delight?
Sorry.
Nougat and caramel golden light?
Sorry.
And don't forget the hazelnut in every bite. And again. What has a hazelnut in every bite?
Sorry.
Thick milk chocolate for your delight?
Sorry.
Nougat and caramel golden light. And don't forget the hazelnut in every bite.
Sorry.
A hazelnut in every bite.
I hope you're not hungry, dear Henry, dear Henry. I've just burnt the roast and I've ruined the sponge.
Well, that's a nice thing, isn't it? After I've been working all day.
Henry, I've got me secret supply.
You don't mean...
Polo mints.
Yum, yum.
I've been gardening in white gloves, just to prove that dirt can't hide from new Tide. Tide's been intensified to bring you cleanness no other low-priced powder can beat. I'm going to hide these filthy gloves in the pockets of these cords. Too tough a test for a low-priced powder? Not for new Tide. Now for those hidden gloves. How's that for cleanness? Proof that dirt just can't hide from intensified Tide. Try it.
Is that proper farmhouse cheddar?
No, I don't think so.
What about that?
No. It's quite nice, though.
Is it? Do you think I might try a piece? I'll have 2 ounces, please.
Jacob's, the cream of cream crackers.
The next hour is brought to you by John Paul Mitchell Systems, the world's leader in hair care products and styling tools. Visit www.paulmitchell.com today.
Classic shows from the golden age of radio. This is the Rocket Classic Radio Network.
The Harold Perry Show. And now, Harold Perry as Honest Harold, the homemaker. Well, it's a wintry afternoon in the little town of Melrose Springs, the kind of a day when it's pleasant to bask in the warmth and comfort of home. And that's where we find Honest Harold in a nostalgic mood as he's looking through his high school annual.
Well, this annual sure brings back old times. Melrose Springs High, class of 27. Here's a picture of the Camera Club taken on the front steps of the school. And who's this little kid on the end with a pompadour? Looks like a frightened porcupine. Oop, that's me.
What are you doing, Harold?
Oh, hello, Mother. Just looking at my picture here in the high school annual.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Why, Harold, you haven't changed a bit.
Zeef?
You were the handsomest boy in your class.
Oh, well, thank you, Mother. I'm glad you think so.
I'll never forget graduation night. I was so proud when you sang the class song, Farewell, Melrose High.
Oh, that's right. I wrote that, too. Let's see. How'd it go? Farewell to thee, O Melrose High. The time has come to say goodbye. Farewell to our principal, Sophie Turner. We'll miss the classrooms and Bunsen burner.
Yes, Harold. When you sang that, there wasn't a dry eye in the audience.
It got me too, Mother. I had a soggy necktie the rest of the evening.
Oh, here's the class prophecy.
Yeah.
Let's see what it says about you, Harold.
Yeah, let's see. Harrison, Hartzell, Hemp. Yeah, here I am. Some night in 1935, we'll tune our radios to the big city just to hear that famous singing star, Harold Hemp. Well, That prophecy sure didn't come true, Mother.
Well, you could have gone to New York and been a big success if you wanted to, Harold.
Well,
But I'm sure you're much happier right here with your old friends, all the people you grew up with.
yeah, guess you're right, Mother. Anyway, look at Marvin Hartsock. He's the fellow that went to New York, the only one. Nobody's ever heard of him since. Poor Marvin. Probably got some terrible job back there, like pie checker at the automat.
He should have stayed right here, Harold. Why, he might have become almost as big a success as you.
I'm not so much, Mother. Just a crooner on a small radio station.
Oh, you have a beautiful voice, Harold. Why, if you wanted to, you could have Bing Crosby worried about his job.
Well, I wouldn't want to do that, Mother. Bing has a big family and he needs the money. Where the blue of the night meets the gold of the day. Yeah, Mother's right. I was smart to stay in Melrose Springs. After all, I'm a big success here. Everybody in town knows me. Good morning, Mrs. Proudfoot. Good morning, Mrs. Probably didn't see me. Wasn't wearing her bifocals. Hey, look at that big car parked up there. Green Town and Country. Chrysler. Must belong to some wealthy out-of-towner. Probably a salesman for Had a Call.
Hey, you!
Wonder who he's calling.
Hey, you in the green galoshes.
Green galoshes? Ooh, that's me. Were you calling me, sir?
Yeah, come here.
Yes, sir.
Say, I'm looking for someone. Maybe you can help me out.
Oh, of course. I know just about everybody in town. Who are you looking for?
Well, did you ever hear of a corny, small-time radio performer named Harold Hemp?
Let's see, a corny, small-time... What? Hi, Harold. Marvin Hartsock.
In the flesh.
Hey, well, I thought you were in New York.
Oh, I keep a penthouse there.
Penthouse?
Then I have a summer house up in Vermont. Where do you spend your summers?
Well, I have a tent in the backyard. Army surplus.
Yeah. Well, I had to come out this way to attend a big stockholders meeting. Thought I'd drop in and take a look at the old burg.
Oh, well, Marvin, you've certainly changed.
You haven't. You still look like a frightened porcupine.
Well, you look pretty prosperous, Marvin. Gabardine overcoat. Guess you've done pretty well.
Yeah. Made it on the curb, Harold.
The curb? Oh, well, I guess if you wait there long enough, something will come along. Yeah, I'm still the same old Harold, Marvin.
Yeah, same old jokes, too.
I'd like to kick in his sidewall tires.
Harold, how can you stand it living in this one-horse town? What do you do for excitement around here?
Excitement? Well, every Wednesday night we have bingo at the Bijou. Last week we had the giant jackpot, $7.40.
Oh, Harold, why don't you shake yourself loose and take a crack at the big town? Who knows? You might get into television.
Well...
I don't suppose you have television in Melrose Springs.
Well, we have the same thing. Old movies.
Well, I guess you'll always be a hick, Harold.
I despise people with funny laughs.
Well, I'm driving back to New York tomorrow. If you change your mind, want to go with me, just give me a buzz. I'm at the Antler Hotel. Buffalo Suite.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you very much, Marvin, but I don't...
So long. Bingo at the Bijou.
Yeah, big city, smart aleck. Think I'll go home and cut his picture out of my annual. Felt fine till I ran into Hartsock, the billy goat. Now I feel like a failure. No, I'm not. I've got the kind of success I want. Friends, a lot of loyal fans, a charge account at gallon camps. And everybody loves my voice.
Hello, Harold!
Oop, Doc and his horse and buggy.
Oh, Silver Moon.
Yeah, it's a one-horse town, all right. And what a horse.
Say, Sinatra, I was just talking to one of your radio fans. She said she likes your singing better than Perry Como.
She does? Well, who is she, Doc?
My horse, Silver Moon.
Silver Moon. Some fan.
What's that, Silver Moon? Oh, isn't that sweet, Harold? She wants you to autograph her hay bag.
Hay bag. Wonder if I have any two-legged fans.
Well, howdy, boys.
Oh, hello, Pete.
Hello, Marshal.
Hi, Harold. How's Easy O Pincher today?
Another comic.
Oh, say, we heard your radio program down at the jail this morning, Harold. Really made my prisoners feel good.
It did?
Yep. They said if that's what it's like on the outside, they'd rather stay on the inside.
Okay, Pete.
Yep, they'd rather be laughing on the inside than crying on the outside.
Even Silver Moon is laughing at me. If Marvin is right, I am a failure. Well, I'll see you later, fellas.
Oh, Harold. Oh, what's the matter?
Oh, we didn't mean to hurt your feelings, boy.
It's all right. After all, what am I? Just a small-time, corny radio performer.
What? Why, Harold, you're the most popular man in Melrose Springs.
You sure are, and your program is wonderful.
Well...
And we're proud to be your friend, boy.
And so is Silver Moon, aren't you, girl?
Well, gosh, Silver Moon's licking my face. Who's got a fountain pen? I will autograph her hay bag. Good old Pete and Doc. With friends like that, who wants to go to New York? Well, I think I'll drop in to the dancing academy and see if Theodora's in. She wouldn't want to go away and leave Theodora. Well, pretty door chimes. Yeah, she must be in the ballroom. Theodora!
Who is it?
It's Haroldy Waroldy.
I'm coming, Womming.
Coming, wumming. That's cute. They think I'll act like I am going to New York. Get her to kiss me goodbye.
Hello, Harold. How's my little cinnamon roll?
Cinnamon roll. Well, I do feel kind of spicy. Theodora.
Yes.
There's something I have to tell you.
Well, Harold, you sound so serious. What's the matter?
Theodora, I don't know how to tell you this, but I'm thinking of going to New York.
You're going to New York?
Yeah, I'm just wasting my talents here in Melrose Springs.
You mean you'd go away and leave your little dancing teacher here all alone?
Well, I might.
Oh, Harold, I might never see you again.
She's putty in my hands. Theodora, guess you better give me something to remember you by. Something I can treasure.
All right. I'll give you a pair of my old castanets.
Oop. That wasn't quite what I had in mind. Theodora, what do people usually do when they're saying goodbye forever?
Oh, they kiss.
She got it. Theodora, let's sit here on the piano bench and pretend we're saying goodbye at the station. The train's just pulling out. You give me a goodbye kiss.
Well, all righty.
Theodora.
Yes.
I missed that train. Let's keep kissing till the next one pulls in.
Harold.
You're wonderful, Theodora. I'll never forget you. Me, 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 me. You're as sweet as the red rose in June, dear. I love you, adore you, I do. Each night through Loveland we'd wander, sweetheart. Move closer. Telling love stories anew. Out of a blue sky, a dark cloud
came rolling, breaking my heart in two. Don't leave me alone, I love only you. You're the one rose that's left in my heart.
Oh, that was beautiful, Harold.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Theodora, how about kissing me goodbye again?
Harold, are you really going to New York?
Of course not. But it's sure fun saying goodbye. Yeah.
Good afternoon, Station KHJP. I'll connect you.
Well, hello, Gloria.
Oh, hello.
What's the matter now?
Gee, you look cute in lipstick.
Lipstick? Oh, yeah, I was playing a little game with Theodora, Gloria. I told her I was going to New York, and she kissed me goodbye. Say, I wonder if that would work with my dear boss, Stanley Peabody.
You want him to kiss you?
Yeah, no. He thought I was going to leave. He might get scared and give me a raise. Certainly worked with Theodora.
But Theodore and Stanley are different.
You said it. Well, I think I'll go in and see Stanley right now. See you later, Gloria.
Okay. Good luck, Harold.
Yeah, I'll bet this'll work. Stanley wouldn't take any chances on losing a valuable man like me. Wonder if I can get my raise retroactive to last Saturday.
Come in. Oh, it's you, Hemp.
Yes, sir. Stanley, I've had an offer to
Hemp, don't stand so close to my desk. You're breathing on my nameplate.
What a sneaky fellow. Stanley,
Silence. I'm drinking my yogurt.
Sounds like water running out of a dishwasher.
There. Now, what is it, Hemp?
Well, Stanley, I just came in to tell you I'm thinking of going to New York.
What? What would you do in New York?
Well, I'm sort of wasting my talents here in Melrose Springs. I might become a big star back there. You know, I'd look pretty handsome on television.
I see.
Well, I could probably get a contract for $50,000 a year.
$50,000?
Yeah. Of course, I hate to leave you, Stanley. So if you want to persuade me to stay by giving me a raise, say $4.50 a week. What's the matter?
$50,000 a year. How ridiculous. And you'd look handsome on television. Why, I've seen kinescopes better looking than you.
That's an insult. Now, look here, Stanley. You know what I ought to do? I ought to walk right out of here. I ought to go to New York and leave you flat.
All right, Hemp. I hope you have a nice trip.
Huh?
And when you get there, drop me a postcard.
But, Stanley...
Goodbye, Hemp. I'm sure you'll make a big splash in New York.
Big splash? I feel more like a little drip.
For the second act of our story, Honest Harold, in just a moment. Some swell music making and a good stiff fight are on the docket for CBS listeners later this evening. Tony Arden will be on the Bing Crosby Show with some of her very special kind of singing, and she'll be joined on Bing's guest list by three outstanding popular musicians, Louis Armstrong, Jack Teagarden, and Joe Venuti. Later, Russ Hodges' blow-by-blow account of the fight between light heavyweights Bob Murphy and Henry Brim in Detroit will be heard on most of these same CBS stations. And now, back to Harold Perry as Honest Harold, the homemaker. Well, the best laid plans of mice and Honest Harold sometimes go wrong. When Harold threatened he was going to New York, he thought his boss, Stanley Peabody, would give him a raise.
I sure did.
Instead, Stanley has practically pushed him on the train.
The double-crosser.
Harold would like to ask for his job back, but he has his pride.
I sure do. Now, what am I going to do? Say, if my fans found out Stanley was going to let me go, I bet they'd insist he keep me here. I could drop a little hint to old Doc Yak Yak. Yeah, he'd spread the word. Probably gallop around town on his horse like Paul Revere. 1 if by land, 2 if by sea. I'll have Stanley up a tree. Yeah, just wait till Doc hears I might go to New York. He'll take it awfully hard. Better bring it up kind of easy. I hate to see a grown man cry.
Come in. Oh, well, hello, Harold.
Well, hello, Doc.
Sit down, old friend.
Old friend. Hope he's got a handkerchief. This'll be a big blow to him. Doc, what would you say if I told you I was going to New York?
Why, that's a wonderful idea. Huh? Yeah, when you get back there, Harold, be sure to look up my old friend Hector Rumpelmeyer.
But, Doc...
Hector and I were classmates at veterinary college, K-9 Tech.
Yep.
You like him, Harold.
Doc, I thought you'd
Just tell him you know Doc Yancey's old classmate. He'll remember I used to sit right behind him in distemper 1A.
Heaven's sake, Doc, don't you care? I'll be all alone in New York.
Well, that's why I want you to look up Hector. He'll introduce you around. He knows every Airedale in town.
Doc!
Oh, he'll show you a good time, Harold. He'll take you to all the dog shows.
Oh, they ought to put you in a dog show.
Oh, I'm not eligible, Harold. I lost my pedigree papers.
Oh, you lost your mind, too. Goodbye. Doc was certainly a big help. Now, I'll drop in and see Pete. I bet he'll want me to stay.
Well, hi, Harold.
Pete, brace yourself. I've got some bad news.
What's that, boy?
I might leave Melrose Springs and go to New York.
And ain't that a doozy? I think I'm going to have to do something about that, boy.
Yeah, I knew I could count on Pete. You mean you're going to stop me from going to New York?
Well, no, I'm going to have to transfer your bicycle registration.
But, Pete...
First, I'll have to fill out a form.
Oh, for Pete...
Here it is. Transfer of bicycle registration outside the state.
You don't understand. Pete, I may leave Melrose Springs and never come back.
Date of return may never come back. Let me write that.
Pete, I thought you might want to go down and see Stanley.
What do I want to see him for? It's your bicycle.
I don't care 2 cents about my bicycle.
Value of bicycle, 2 cents. Let me write that down. What make bicycle is it, Harold?
It's a double doozy.
It's a double doozy. What are you?
Pete, without a doubt, you're the most bungling, inefficient, irritating, exasperating...
Not so fast, boy. Let me write that down.
At the bottom, put jackass. Goodbye. Fine friends I've got. I went to New York, they'd never miss me. Looks like I'm going to have to go now. I've told everybody. How am I going to break the news to Mother? Dear little Mother, she'll be broken-hearted.
Is that you, Harold?
Yes, Mother.
Hello, son.
Hello, Mother. Mother, I don't know how to tell you this, but, well, it looks like I'll have to go to New York.
I know all about it, Harold. Dr. Yancey just phoned.
He did?
Yes, and I think it's wonderful. Huh? It'll be a grand opportunity for you.
But, Mother...
I'm sure you'll love New York, Harold. Grant's Tomb, the Woolworth Building, the Bowery. East side, west side, all around the town.
Mother.
Oh, and you'll have such fun seeing all the new shows. Sarah Bernhardt, Francis X. Bushman, Weber and Fields.
Weber and Fields? Mother, you must have been in New York when it still belonged to the Indians.
Oh, but you love the Bowery. East side, west side, all around the town.
Oh, see you later, Mother. I'm going to my room. Mother, too. Guess I'll have to go now. I'll sit down. Look out the window. Probably the last time. Never thought my life would turn out this way. I'll probably be a big failure in New York. I can just see myself there. Gosh, broke and hungry. Been in New York 3 months. Lucky I got this job as pie checker at the automat. Wonder what everybody is doing back in Melrose Springs. Uh-oh, here comes the pies. Blackberry, gooseberry, blueberry, boysenberry, corned beef hash. Oop. How'd that get in there? What a job for a hungry man, checking pies. Hey, nobody's looking. Think I'll eat one. Just reach out there and grab one. There. Now I'll eat it real fast.
Yaha! I caught you, Hemp. Did you just eat one of those pies?
Who? Me?
Yes, you. Come on now, confess. Why did you eat that pie?
I was just trying to tell if it was blackberry or blueberry. You see, I'm colorblind.
Hemp, you're fired.
What?
Turn in your pie tins and go.
After that, I won't tell him it was blueberry. Out of a job again. What am I going to do? I've already pawned my moose button. Hey, that fellow over there looks like old Doc Yancey from back home. Doc! Doc, old friend!
Were you speaking to me, bub?
Say, aren't you Doc Yancey, the fellow who loves horses?
I hate horses. I just lost $50 at the track.
Pardon me. Gee, people are unfriendly here. Wish I could borrow enough money to get back to Melrose Springs. Who's that? Getting out of that Chrysler. Marvin Hartsock. Marvin! Marvin!
Who are you?
I'm Harold Hemp, who went to high school with you. Remember me? The frightened porcupine?
Never saw you before in my life.
But Marvin...
Officer, this derelict is bothering me.
Sure and begorra, what's going on here?
Say, aren't you Pete?
Sure and begorra, what's that?
Aren't you Pete from Melrose Springs?
Me from Melrose Springs? Sure and begorra, ain't that a doozy?
Officer, will you see that this man is locked up?
I sure will, sure and begorra. Come along, you.
But, officer, don't arrest me. Please don't arrest me. Please. Please. Officer, let go. Stop shaking me.
Harold, wake up.
Zeef, what you for? Oh, hello, Mother. Am I still in Melrose Springs?
Of course.
Thank goodness.
Harold, Dr. Yancey and Pete are here to see you. They've come to say goodbye.
Oh, tell them I'll be right out, Mother.
All right.
Well, this is it. Gosh, I don't want to go to New York. I don't want to be a pie checker at the automat. Well, might as well say goodbye to the fellas.
Hello, Harold.
Howdy, boy.
Hello, fellas.
Harold, Pete and I got your little going-away present.
Going away?
Yeah, a genuine cowhide suitcase.
Oh, thank you, fellas.
You make the presentation speech, Pete.
Oh, sure. I ain't no Calvin Coolidge. You make it.
All right. Harold, we just want to say to you that we'll be thinking of you when you're far away from your friend.
And that goes for me, too, boy.
Thanks.
We know you'll be a big success. And I can't go through this, Pete. We don't really want you to go, Harold.
What?
We sure don't, Harold.
But, fellas, today you both acted like...
Oh, we were just putting on, boy.
Sure, we thought it meant your career, and we didn't want to stand in your way.
Gee, fellas, I don't want to go to New York. I want to stay right here with you.
I'm awfully glad you're going to stay, Harold. I was just pretending, too.
Well, that's wonderful. You're all wonderful.
Well, so long, old friend.
Yeah, goodbye, pal.
Goodbye, fellas. Great fellas.
Yes, they are, Harold.
My only problem now is getting my job back at the radio station.
Well, I don't think you'll have to worry about that, son.
What? Come in. Well, Stanley.
Hello, Hemp. Good afternoon, Mrs. Hemp.
Good afternoon.
Hemp, I hope you've changed your mind about going to New York.
Huh?
Well, the most amazing thing happened this afternoon. I received over 100 telephone calls demanding that you stay at the station.
100 calls?
Yes, all from women. So, Hemp, if you'd consider coming back.
Well, all right, Stanley. Wouldn't want to disappoint all my women fans.
Good. You know, it's a funny thing. Every one of those women who called had a nasal voice. Well, goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye. Mother, sounds to me like those 100 phone calls that saved my job were made by one woman with a nasal voice. Wonder who she is.
I don't know, Harold. There are a lot of colds going around now.
Mother,
you're wonderful.
You have just heard the Harold Perry Show, Honest Harold. The supporting players tonight included Jane Morgan, Tyler McVeigh, Mari Alden, Olin Soleil, and Farley Bayer, and featured Gloria Holliday as Gloria and Joseph Kearns as Old Doc Yak Yak. Norman McDonald directed, and the music was composed and conducted by Jack Meakin. Honest Harold, created by Harold Perry, was written by Gene Stone, Jack Robinson, and Dick Powell.
Yeah.
CBS vivacious Sunday night star Eve Arden will leave her Our Miss Brooks classroom to star in a different kind of role on Suspense tomorrow evening. You'll find Our Lady Eve is a best-dressed woman out for the kill in her suspense drama, and it's one of her best dramatic roles in a long time. Also on CBS tomorrow evening, Raymond Massey will be heard on the Hallmark Playhouse as an overage military man who makes good. We cordially invite you to be listening tomorrow evening when on most of these same CBS stations, Eve Arden stars on Suspense in The Well-Dressed Corpse, and Raymond Massey stars in the Hallmark Playhouse, An Old Soldier Never Dies. Now stay tuned for the Bing Crosby Show, which follows immediately on most of these same CBS stations. This is CBS, where Edward R. Murrow and Hear It Now comes to you on Friday evenings. The Columbia Broadcasting System.
You know, some marmalades get some of their tang from added flavoring. While Robertson's Golden Shred gets all of its tang from Seville oranges. What would you rather have for breakfast?
You're listening to 1940s Radio on the Rocket Classic Radio Network.
Now hear this. Now hear this.
The National Broadcasting Company, in cooperation with the United States Navy Recruiting Service, presents Now Hear This, dramatic stories based on the personal experiences of those gallant men and women who embody the great traditions of a great service, the United States Navy.
Now hear this. All Seabees prepare to disembark in full battle gear. All Seabees prepare to disembark in full battle gear.
You know, during the last World War, the sailors figured it was being run this way. If a job has to be done, the Army will do it. If a job can't be done, the Marines will do it. And if a job's impossible, why, the Seabees will do it. The Seabees. Did you ever hear of them? The Navy's Construction Battalion. A branch of the service that took a back seat to no one. A branch of the service whose motto was Construimus Batuimus. That's Latin, you know. It means we build, we fight. And believe me, they could do both. Yep, it was their considered opinion that given a bent screwdriver, 3 10-penny nails, a bulldozer, and 6 Seabees, why, they could rebuild the island of Manhattan in a week. Taking Sunday off to spruce up the east coast of Jersey. But their work wasn't done in the peace and security of the continental United States. No, sir, it was done on lonely Pacific islands. Islands held by the enemy. Islands they had to get to before they could get home. I suppose you're wondering how these construction sailors got to their objectives. Well, they were willing to swim, but usually the Navy provided a PT boat, a destroyer, or a cruiser. Or, if the island was still held by the honorable enemy, why, a survey party would go in at night via submarine.
The creeps, Steve. These submarines give me the creeps.
Reminds me of my sandhogging days back in the 30s.
Ever tell you about that cave-in we had?
Only 100 times. If I knew we were going by submarine, I'd never have volunteered.
Don't come complaining to me, Monahan. I got troubles of my own. My oldest boy's in pilot training. I asked him not to. I told him his mother would worry because it was so dangerous. But go ahead and talk to an 18-year-old kid.
Kids are too smart nowadays.
Hardly got his razor wet, and he's got ideas on how to run the world.
I sure knew respect when I was a youngster. Didn't see me shooting off my mouth.
Hey, you know something? These submarines are completely air-conditioned.
It doesn't make me any happier.
What are the orders, Lieutenant?
The commander's up with the skipper of this boat. Said he'd be back in a minute to brief us.
I'll be happy when I get my feet on dry land.
That depends a lot on who's sitting on the island, Monahan.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Still, it's better than a sub.
Where's the kid?
Went forward to grab some coffee. He's a little nervous.
He doesn't have to be. We aren't going to shoot anyone.
Look, Lieutenant, this is your first job with the Seabees, and just so we understand each other, keep your finger near the trigger.
Here comes Junior.
What do you think, fellas? I just made a deal with one of the sailors. If I bring him back a samurai sword, he's going to give me $100.
Well, Monahan here makes the best samurai swords in the business.
But I promised him a real one.
You're kind of new in the Seabees, Junior.
The name is Chuck Henderson, not Junior.
Sure, Junior, I remember.
Wonder what's holding up the old man.
He was grabbing a quick cup of coffee. He'll be along soon.
I got a hunch we're going on a Jap island.
Figures. We're in enemy-held waters right now.
What difference does it make? We volunteered for this mission, didn't we?
Yeah. Only every time Phil asks for volunteers, he looks right at me and Monahan.
Kids, how can you win a war with a bunch of diaper demons?
Here comes the skipper. Maybe we'll find out where we're headed.
Hi, Phil.
Steve, how many times do I have to tell you? When the Navy gave me these 3 stripes, it was so guys could call me Commander.
Yes, sir. He's talking to me, Junior. I got such a long memory, I forget things that happened only last year.
We're going ashore in less than 2 hours. The sub will take us a mile from the coast, and then we row into the beach.
I don't like those rubber boats. They give me the creeps.
We're going to do a survey job on a Jap-held island called Tinian.
Tinian?
That's right. The assault should take place in a couple of months. But first, we scout the beach for landing sites. Somebody give me a cigarette, will you? A few spots to build some roads through the jungle so we can stash the supplies.
How long have we got for the job?
We've got 2 days. We hit the beach in a couple of hours. 2 o'clock in the morning.
0200.
That's right, Junior. 0200. And wipe that smirk off of your face, Steve.
Aye, sir.
How much time do we have to get the airstrip in operation?
You mean after D-Day? Well, I'm not sure when it is since they didn't tell me. Anyway, we go in HR plus 3. 8 hours later, we have to have 4 roads started. 2 days later, a temporary headquarters. On the 5th day, the runway gets started. Anybody got a match? On the 13th day, we finish the permanent headquarters on a 5,000-foot runway.
Only 13 days?
That hardly gives us any time to build a golf course.
In case you're wondering, the Seabees were born in the last war, and they've grown into a tradition. At first, just a handful of construction workers were drafted into a service battalion. Before the war was over, 250,000 had joined up. These Seabees weren't kids. They were men who knew their jobs, who built the bridges and the tunnels, cleared the plantations and the jungles. Men with know-how. Men who did their job even if they had to get to work on the submarine and then take a transfer for a small rubber boat.
All right, keep heading for that point. Aerial recon says there's a cove we can slip into and hide the boat.
We lost a plane getting the pictures.
I'm afraid we'll lose more than that before this is over. Lots more.
Still talk to a kid. A lot he cares if his mother worries.
The island of Truk is only 600 miles away, and the Japs don't figure that this side of the island needs policing.
I'm glad you said that, Phil.
Commander. Anyhow, keep your eyes peeled, Lieutenant.
Unless they've camouflaged this coast, it's safe.
Yeah. Okay, pull hard. Let's get in fast and hide this thing. All right.
Easy does it, fellas. This is a valuable boat.
Carry it to the trees. We'll do a quick camouflage job.
All right. Easy now.
Over this way. Slide it into this undergrowth. Yeah. Easy. We want to cover it.
This color blends right in with the grass.
Oh, isn't it nice of them to think of that?
No jokes, Steve. We haven't got the time.
All set, Commander.
Good. Now, keep this point in mind. We're liable to have to get here fast.
Some things I never forget.
We're only about 2 miles from where they want the Marines to land. Past the point we hit. Come on, let's start walking.
Keep your hand on that trigger, Lieutenant.
Don't worry. When we hit the spot, me, Monahan, and the lieutenant are going to head for the center of the island. Steve and Junior will stay on the beach.
What is this, a joke?
It's a command. You indicating on the spot where we're going to shoot the roads and the temporary supply base. We'll look for a spot for the airfield.
Let Monahan stay behind.
Don't wear glasses.
So what? You know they're just for reading. I can see just as good as you.
Keep it down. Keep it down, will you? Try and remember, you're almost in Tokyo Harbor.
Yeah.
We'll use the supplies that we've got. Don't start looking around for fresh fruit.
I get indigestion from rice. Real heartburn.
You know something, Commander? I've got a hunch the Japs have evacuated this island.
You aren't going to get any arguments from me.
Freeze.
Is all they claim. We must advertise and we
Must be amateur night. What a lousy voice.
I could only smoke just one little cigarette.
What do you want to do, Junior? Send up smoke signals?
What time is it, Steve?
About noon.
We haven't heard any shots, so I must be all right.
That doesn't mean anything. The Japs got lots of tricks.
At 1:30 tonight, they'll be back.
Gives us a half hour to row to the sub.
I'm cramped.
It'll get worse. Orders are to sit by this boat and wait.
I don't like to wait.
They aren't having it too easy, you know.
How old are you, Steve?
41.
Honest?
Look, Junior, 41 ain't old. You punks think 'cause a guy's got a few gray hairs, he's an old man.
I'm 18.
Good for you.
My dad's only 40.
Well, good for him. Now keep your ears open in case any Japs walk by on patrol.
Sure. You think the fellas will get here okay, don't you?
Sure.
Steve!
Shut up. That's some Japs tossing cans in the air. Our guys would have shot back.
I hope they aren't walking around.
They know what they're doing. This isn't the first island we've left. Quiet. Here comes Jukebox Joe.
Boy, that was close. He almost walked on top of us.
You know something, Junior?
What?
I once won a keg of beer singing Sweet Rosie O'Grady.
What time is it, Steve?
About 3 o'clock.
1500.
Yeah, like you said.
What time is it, Steve?
You got a watch.
What time is it?
1800. 40 minutes late. 40 minutes. It's 10 after 2.
We were supposed to shove off at 1:30.
I know it.
The sub's standing offshore.
Let it stand.
Anything you say, Steve, only orders.
Now listen, Junior. Me and Monahan have been pals for over 30 years. I worked for Phil back home. He owned a construction company, and I was foreman.
Sure.
We'll wait till 2:30.
But the sub...
Just pray that the sub doesn't get impatient.
Past 2:30, Steve.
Look, Junior, you want to take the boat? I'm sorry, kid. Listen, maybe you better start for the sub.
You can't just sit here. What good would that do?
Me and Monahan have been pals for over 30 years.
There's got to be an invasion. We got to report to someone and tell them what we saw. Honestly, Steve, I'm not yellow. I'm not trying to run away. Only
I know that, Junior. When you volunteered for this mission, you didn't leave any doubts.
Chaps.
Quiet.
I can't see anything.
Shut up. If those are Japs. Oh, I should have known it. Monahan and his big feet. Steve, back here, Phil.
Hey, Steve, want to hear something funny? Some Jap was shooting down coconuts and almost killed me. What a lousy shot.
A Jap patrol came along. We had to walk around it.
Thanks for waiting, Steve.
Hey, we still got plenty of time to get the sub. Come on.
Grab the other end of the boat, Monahan.
Easy, I'll give you a hand. Yeah, here we go.
Easy now. Now, Steve, I've been thinking.
With what?
No, I'm serious. Now, that boy of yours, you always liked me. Maybe if I wrote to him.
Hey, I never thought of that, Monahan. Maybe he'll listen to you.
Hey, what's the pitch you
Oh,
do?
it's my kid. He's got it through his head that he wants to be a fighter pilot.
I got the same problem with my youngster.
Yeah? What are you going to do about it, Phil?
Do? What can I do? He wants to win the war all alone.
All these punk kids gotta be heroes.
And finally, D-Day at Tinian. And then 3 hours after the Marines had hit the beach, with the shells still flying and the enemy battling to drive them off the beach, the Seabees rolled in with their supplies.
Come on, will you? We haven't got all day. Get that bulldozer moving.
How soon can you start a road, Steve?
As soon as I can drum it into these deadheads that this isn't a Sunday school picnic.
You must have gone to some rough parties.
I'll tell you about it someday. Monahan, tell your gang to follow those Marines and start clearing the road.
Not bugging for time and a half. Start sweating.
Sir, one of the cranes dropped into the ocean. It's in 6 feet of water.
All right, don't tell me about it. Get it up on the beach.
Yes, sir. Hey, Steve, a little different from the last time we were here, huh?
Yeah, almost like home, Junior.
Well, I got some work to do. Keep things moving, Steve. And we thought the Mosley crowd was competition, huh, Steve?
No, Swayaki, get the lid out.
You squared away, Steve?
Sure, Lieutenant. You getting enough war?
Plenty.
Well, the Seabees aim to please, sir.
Oh, the service is great. Johnson, get that crane ashore.
Blackie, start that bulldozer. Knock down some of those trees.
Too many Marines in the way.
Why don't you honk your horn? Hey, Monahan.
What do you want, Steve? I'm busy.
I just thought of something real funny.
Well, I can use a laugh, but later. Right now, I'm busy.
Look around you, Monahan. 75 MMs, tanks, machine guns, repeater rifles, a great big shooting war.
What's so funny?
Here I stand with my pick and shovel.
You know, not all of us can be members of the United States Navy or one of the other branches of the armed forces which defend our American democracy and way of life. But we can actively support our sailors, soldiers, Marines, and airmen by making donations of our own blood, which in many cases is the contribution of life itself. You see, the Department of Defense's supplies of dried human blood plasma have been gravely depleted by the demands of the Korean campaign, and must be replenished to give the greatest degree of protection to our men in the service. The need is vital, for it's essential that an adequate supply be maintained at all times, ready for the immediate use of our military men in any given emergency. The Navy urges you to contact your nearest Red Cross office and ask where and when you may make your contribution of blood to our armed forces. And remember, when you make the gift of blood, you're making the gift of life itself, to those who have defended and are defending the principles by which we live. The Armed Forces of the United States.
You know, when I first put on my blues, we were fighting the First World War. And the tank and the plane were just toys. Well, things changed. They always do, don't they? The guys on top found out about the punch of air power and the value of islands as bases. But just thinking about it didn't do much good, because a plane can't land on top of a jungle. And so the Seabees were called in to build airfields, big ones, and fast. No time to wait until the enemy has been kicked out. Start building right behind the Marines or even in front of them. Build roads, docks, supply bases. And then clear jungle and get your runway down. Get it down fast, because your planes are beginning to circle a field that's still just a jungle.
All right, stop giving me alibis, Steve. We're half a day behind schedule.
What do you expect me to do?
Catch up.
I lost 2 men, Phil.
Commander.
All right, Commander, I still lost 2 men.
What are you trying to prove, Steve?
Nothing. I haven't had my clothes off for 36 hours. Blackie, will you blast those trees?
You're the boss. You've got 2,000 feet down. You've got to get 4,000 feet more in less than 6 days.
It's the coral, Commander. The rain washed it out before we could get the stuff.
Okay, so the brakes are going against us. We've had trouble before, Steve. I've got a contract to fulfill, and
Well, I mean, I promised that I'd get this thing built.
We'll do it.
All right, don't stand there admiring your work, Blackie. Get it cleared.
Just where I got guys a mile and a half into the jungle. Out of the mess sent out.
You think they can take the pressure, Monahan?
Well, it ain't killing me. They'll live through it.
Hey, Steve, I've just got an idea.
Yeah?
The Japs bombed us last night.
I was there, remember?
We've been filling the craters with coral. Suppose we just dump the trees and shells into the holes, cover it with coral, and water it down.
What do you think, Commander?
Well, it would save a lot of time hauling coral from the beach. Sure, go ahead. Try it out.
Only a better work, Blackie, because I'm behind 6 hours now, and I'm going to pick them up in 2 days or break a lot of backs.
Relax, Steve.
Thanks for the advice.
Hey, Phil, we got any planes around here?
No, I don't think so.
Those are Japs. Listen to the motors.
Yeah, like bombers.
7, 10, 11, it's an even dozen of them.
Well, you better sound mess call. We won't be able to get anything done until they leave.
To the Navy, you might be a commander, Phil. To me, you're a slave driver.
Go ahead, read it to me.
Dear Tommy, I am taking this liberty to write you a letter.
What?
I am taking this liberty to write you a letter.
That sounds like a letter to your landlord.
You want me to write to your kidder, don't you?
Sure I do, Monahan. Only make it more friendly.
Just listen to what I wrote and stop interrupting. Your dad tells me that you have joined up with the Air Force. He also tells me that you want to be a fighter pilot.
He doesn't want to know what I told you. Tell him not to be a fighter pilot. Make it to the point.
By the time I get this letter written, the war will be over.
All right, start it over.
Steve, I've written 4 letters already. I'm tired.
Just once more, Monahan. This means an awful lot to me. I promised my old lady I'd do something.
Okay. But this is the last time. Either you take this or else. Now, let's see. Dear Tommy.
Hey, Steve, where are you? I got a letter for you.
Hey, over here, Blackie.
I got a letter for you.
Anything from me?
Well, I don't know. This was on top of the pile. They haven't sorted it out yet.
Let me have it. Monahan, it's for my kid.
What's he have to say?
Wait a minute. Dear Pop, I'm writing this letter in a hurry. I got swell news for you.
Maybe he got washed out.
You're going to be very proud of me. Out of a class of 700, I was third.
Only third?
Only third? What's wrong with third out of 700? That's pretty good, ain't it, Monahan?
Sure, but let's finish this letter so I can get to sleep.
What letter?
Oh, you got a short memory. Dear Tommy, don't join the Air Force because it's dangerous.
Third in his class, Monahan. Imagine that. Third in his class.
In that case, you mind? I go to sleep.
Are you tired?
Tired. Oh, Steve, I'm tired all over.
Third in his class. What a kid.
Wonderful. Now, let's get some sleep.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I'm a little knocked out myself.
2 nights with nothing but a nap. But I'm too tired to go to sleep.
Try and force yourself.
We ought to finish clearing tonight.
Yeah, we still got 1,800 feet to go.
Steve?
We wake you up, kid?
No, I wasn't sleeping. I was thinking.
Kids think too much.
The old man's a pretty nice guy.
Tops. Gives his word and he keeps it. Even if it breaks my back.
Yeah. Yep, Phil's all right.
The commander, Junior, and don't you forget it. He's the commander of this outfit because he's the best man in it.
I didn't say he wasn't.
Oh, I'd forgotten what it was like to stretch out.
A couple hours and you'll feel as good as new, Pop.
You're 18, aren't you, Junior? I'm 43. I'm one of the oldest guys in this outfit, but get this straight. We got more over 35 than under. We're pulling our share.
Go to sleep,
I'm a little tired of you young punks thinking you have to win the war for us.
Well, gee, Monahan.
I was hodding bricks before you were born, and I'll be hodding them after you're dead.
I know what you mean, Monahan. When I get tired, my mouth shoots off. I didn't mean anything.
Okay, Monahan?
Well, yeah. But
sometimes you act younger than the kids.
Now hear this.
Hey, it's the military.
We had 2 more guys picked off by snipers this afternoon.
Lieutenant got hit in the leg.
The Japs have got about 8 snipers working this part of the island. And the Marines have got their hands full.
How can a guy sleep with that racket?
So I want 10 volunteers to help me go and clean them up.
All right, Steve, come on.
Let's go.
Come on, go down.
All right, hold it down. Hold it down, will you? Half of you guys are supposed to be working.
Well, I'm off, Skipper. I got nothing to do but sleep.
Only the guys who brought ammo and rifles.
Oh, that's me.
Now get this straight. I'm not inviting anybody to a party. If it wasn't holding up construction, and if I could get hold of some Marines, I'd let them handle it. Only I'm pressed.
Ain't this a little against regulations?
No, in the book it says if the emergency is expedient, Well, it says that if you're in a jam, you got to do what you have to do. I've got to keep moving, and the sons of heaven are in my way.
You sure 10 will be enough?
It'll be plenty. You 4, Blackie.
I'll volunteer, sir.
You'd volunteer for anything, wouldn't you, son?
Well, if you were leading it, sir.
Maybe this kid ain't so dumb.
There's Monahan, the kid, Trout, and Steve. Hey.
Oh, what's wrong? I got my rifle and plenty of ammo.
Yeah, but Steve, it doesn't look right.
What?
To go hunting Japs without your pants.
The order of routine for a CB went something like this. You hit a beach, clear the beach, set up the ice cream machine. Hit the jungle, clear for an airstrip, set up another ice cream machine. Build a permanent base, build an airstrip. And if you're interrupted at any time by a little enemy opposition, just clear away the enemy. The CBs worked on a schedule, a tight schedule. They were given 13 days. It didn't mean 2 weeks. It didn't mean 3 40-hour weeks. It meant exactly 13 days or less.
Well, we're doing great, Steve.
Not bad at all. 3 more hours, and we can get to work on that golf course.
Yeah. Come on, hop in the Jeep. I'm going out to the end for a look.
Okay. And I still can't get over it, Skipper. Hopping through the jungle for 3 hours, and we didn't find one of those snappers.
What difference does it make, as long as they didn't come back?
I hear there's plenty of fighting on the other end of the island.
Yes, but don't you try it, Steve. I've got 3 guys in the brig right now for going out with the Marines.
Isn't that a little hard?
Yeah. I gotta be hard, Steve. I can't afford to have my men scattered all over the island. I'm in a deal with the Marines. I wouldn't tell them how to fight the Japs, and they won't tell me how to build airstrips.
Hold it.
Yeah. Hey, Monahan! How soon?
Hi, Skipper. We're going to get in under the wire, but just.
Look at that airstrip. What a job.
It's sure going to make peacetime construction seem awful quiet.
I can use a little quiet.
You got 3 hours left, Blackie. What'll I do with the time?
I'll find something.
Skipper. Hey, radio has a message for you.
All right, let's have it.
There's a Marine pilot circling at 4,000 feet. He's in trouble.
So?
Radio wants to know if we should call him in.
What do you think, Steve? Think we could handle it?
Well, I wanted to give it one more pressing. Make sure nothing's been washed out.
How bad is the trouble, Junior?
Fuel's almost gone. Says he's wounded.
We can handle it.
We sort of got to. All right, signal radio, kid.
Aye, aye, sir.
There he is.
Hey, it's pretty the way they fly those things. Not that I'd ride them, but they sure look pretty.
You'd fly soon enough if you had a chance to get stateside for a week.
Make it 2 days and I'll take off myself.
You know, someday my own kid might land on a strip that I laid down.
Mm-hmm. Looks like we're the welcoming committee.
I should have put on a white shirt.
Are you okay?
Just a scratch. Where can I find your commandant? Oh, sorry, sir. I didn't see the insignia on the Jeep.
All right, skip it. We're sort of informal around here. Would you believe it? Some guys even call me by my first name. Don't they, sailor?
Among other things, Commander.
I'm Lieutenant Connors. I ran into 5 Japs. Couldn't make it back to base.
All these pilots are kids.
You CBs?
Yep.
You've done a good job. Looks like I'm your first customer.
Matter of fact, Marine, the store doesn't open for 3 more hours.
Well, that's the way it went. If a job was impossible, the CBs did it. Somehow they managed to do things that couldn't be done. And at the same time build themselves and others the best quarters on any island they were sent to. They managed to live right, even if it meant wiring a foxhole, even if it meant borrowing certain materials from unspecified quarters. And in a matter of months, why, the CBs became a legend. Helped, of course, by one of their pals in the Marine Corps who said, "So when we reach the Isle of Japan with our caps at a jaunty tilt, we'll enter the city of Tokyo on